Your timeline is on fire right now, and everyone is screaming the same thing. Nnamdi Kanu is free. Tinubu has released him. The celebrations have started. But before you pop that champagne, I need you to pause and listen to what's really happening because the truth is far more explosive than the headlines. Today is Friday, February 6, 2026, and we're about to expose the real story behind the Nnamdi Kanu saga that has Nigeria divided right down the middle. The leader of IPOB is not walking free today, but what just happened might be even bigger than his release. We're talking about an ultimatum that could shake the foundations of this government. So if you want the unfiltered facts without the propaganda, stay locked in. What's actually breaking the internet today is a devastating statement from IPOB that has put President Tinubu on the spot. They're not begging anymore. They're demanding Kanu's immediate release and they're making it clear that Nigeria's peace depends on it. This comes right after the bombshell conviction that shocked everyone last November. Justice James Omotosho handed Nnamdi Kanu a life sentence on terrorism charges, and the southeast has been boiling ever since. But IPOB just fired back with both barrels. Their spokesman, Emma Powerful, released a statement calling that judgment a complete sham. They're accusing the judge of being a political puppet dancing to the tune of the APC government. According to IPOB, there was zero evidence to convict Kanu. They say the whole trial was rigged from start to finish. Here's the part that's causing serious controversy. IPOB claims Kanu was never even allowed to speak before his sentencing. In legal terms, that's called allocutus, the right of a convicted person to address the court before punishment is handed down. They say that right was stripped away from him deliberately. But it gets worse. The court didn't just lock him up, they shipped him off to a prison in Sokoto state. Think about that for a second. Sokoto. Thousands of kilometers away from his lawyers, his family, and his support base. IPOB is calling this an exile strategy designed to cripple his legal defense and drain his resources financially. How is a legal team supposed to mount an effective appeal when their client is in prison at the other end of the country? They say this was calculated cruelty disguised as justice. Now, here's where IPOB turns up the heat. They're connecting Kanu's detention directly to the insecurity tearing Nigeria apart right now. Their argument is simple and chilling. While the government wastes time persecuting an innocent freedom fighter, real terrorists are running wild across the nation. Communities in the Yoruba Southwest that used to be peaceful are now under siege. Kidnappings are daily news, bandits are occupying entire villages, and according to IPOB, this chaos is the harvest of injustice. They warned the government years ago that you cannot build peace on lies and oppression, but nobody listened. Now the storms are here. Emma Powerful's words were haunting. He said those who traded truth for political ambition will reap the whirlwind, and that whirlwind is no longer a prophecy. Is today's reality. Pause right here and tell me honestly, do you believe Kanu's imprisonment is connected to Nigeria's security crisis, or do you think that's just IPOB propaganda? Drop your real opinion in the comments. I want a healthy debate. No insults, just facts and perspectives. And if this breakdown is giving you clarity, hit that like button so more people can see the truth. Subscribe and turn on notifications because this story is far from over. Now let's talk about President Tinubu. IPOB has thrown down the gauntlet directly at Aso Rock. They are telling the president that his advisors are misleading him and that keeping Kanu locked up is accelerating Nigeria's collapse. They want Tinubu to use his executive powers to release Kanu immediately, calling it a necessity for survival, not a favor. And just 2 days ago, Kanu's lawyers filed a massive appeal challenging the life sentence. They want the Court of Appeal to throw out the entire judgment, acquit him, and return him from Sokoto. This legal battle will decide everything in the coming months. So when you see those headlines saying Kanu is free, know this. The demand is loud, the pressure is intense, but the release hasn't happened yet. The question is, will Tinubu bend or will he stand firm? History is watching.